Discussion Board 5, Gaming. Kids and many adults have been telling us for years that the games they play online and through their video game consoles are educational. Still, their protests have generally gone unheeded by teachers, parents, guardians, and society in general. Now, the kids might be right. As Johnson points out in his book, Everything Bad is Good for You, how today's popular culture is actually making us smarter. Much of the media that children use, setting aside its questionable content or whether it is developmentally appropriate, requires the user to engage in all the processes of critical thinking and problem solving. Take, for example, the popular software simulation Doom, or a slightly more benign example, King's Quest. With little to no support from the publisher, not much textual support, and a fundamental problem, the user must figure out what to do and how to do it. This lack of support can be very frustrating, but it is necessary to follow a critical thinking process and advanced problem solving. Hints and tips for working through the game-based simulations, particularly for those games that have been out for a while, can sometimes be found on the web. P12 students worldwide make money on their YouTube uploads, in which they share various content on how to pass certain levels based on weapons choice, hidden moves or doors, etc. Additionally, locating game support and contacting and working with other players takes ingenuity, communication, and time, all of which are valuable skills. The excellent aspect of gaming is not to say that teachers should recommend that students spend more time playing video games outside of the school day. Instead, research like Johnson suggests that teachers can take advantage of what students already do by building on students' prior knowledge, interests, problem solving, and critical thinking skills that they have developed. Diving into the context of Discussion Board 5 should begin with you researching and also defining gaming and game-based learning. Are they the same? Different? After scanning the Joosten article, introduction, conclusion, and additional research below by Forcell, in addition to credible sources that you locate, what other statements or insights could you locate to make further inferences regarding gaming? How does research align with your current, before this course and exposure, feelings and approaches regarding gaming or game-based learning? Have you begun to think differently about gaming and education? How does gaming align with or promote 21st century skills? How can you utilize game-based learning in your classroom to engage and or motivate students? Remember, not all gaming is Minecraft or Fortnite game-based learning. Use the questions presented as guides to unpack the topic and share where you are after reading and researching and processing the submitted material. Post your response in Engage Community under the discussion post thread entitled DB5 Gaming. Talk to peers and engage in a discussion or 2 or 6 because we all learn when conversing. Include at least one ISTE standard and one TPAC competency related to your submission and how it aligns with your work and ideas. Please post directly on Engage, no Google Docs, please. Discussion Board 6 is teacher and/or trainer. What will or is your role as a teacher or trainer? When you think of yourself as a leader and or mentor to others, are you more of a director, facilitator, or another role type? How does this choice of role impact how you will design and or use project-based learning in your workplace for students and colleagues? If you are a current classroom teacher, do you see yourself moving to more of a leadership role concerning technology? If so, what does that role look like? Please read over the ISTE blog write-ups below and references concerning the ISTE standards, and note that educators must integrate and model best practices in their current roles as teachers and trainers. You do not have to leave the classroom to lead, train, or mentor others. After reading, focus on where you see your role as a teacher, tech coach, or is there overlap? Can you locate other articles regarding your roles as a leader in the classroom or school? Remember, this has nothing to do with promotions, titles, new jobs, etc. Are you passionate about some other areas that you want to share or mentor others? Focus on your passion and provide a rationale. You're going to post this on the Engage community under the discussion thread entitled DB6 Teacher Trainer. What did your peers say within Engage, and have you chimed in to chat with them? The next assignment is called Explore Number 2, Blended Learning. First, ask yourself, What is blended learning? And define it in your own words in the DB post. No, seriously, write this down and ponder your understanding, perceptions, etc. concerning blended learning. It's okay to be wrong, completely off base, or simply have no clue. If we knew all the things, we wouldn't be here, right? Take time to independently search for articles and books, chapters, and assess how your framework aligns with other educators. Next, once you have a handle on blended learning and can conceptualize it in an instructional strategy, locate a video regarding blended learning on YouTube. You're going to add the video to your YouTube playlist and share the URL under Explore 2 Blended Learning, along with a written description as to why you selected the video in the comment section directly under the video, and how it applies to blended learning based on your definition and understanding. In your post, share your blended learning experiences and future goals, and ensure that you back up statements and ideas with peer-reviewed journal articles. Make sure to include at least one source to support your work. Include one ISTE standard and one TPACK competency that relates to your submission. Discussion board number 7, face-to-face versus online learning. Which mode of learning do you prefer? For P12 learners? For yourself? What do you see in the future concerning in-person and online learning modalities? Have modalities been altered post-COVID? How does the topic employ your acknowledgement of students' different learning styles? What about your learning style and needs as an adult versus a P12 student, and their need for face-to-face versus online learning? What do current statistics say concerning online learning, pros and cons and barriers? What about online or remote learning, and considering what is developmentally appropriate for adult learners versus your students? Research, read, and cite at least one scholarly article that backs up your point of view regarding face-to-face and or online delivery. You are going to post this under DB7, face-to-face versus online. Please include one ISTE standard and one TPACK competency. Have a chat with your peers and see what they presented and shared. What are the commonalities and or the differences? Please do not use a Google Doc. The next assignment is mini assignment number 3, 5 technologies. The learning objectives. You will utilize technology to create, adapt, and personalize learning experiences that foster independent learning and accommodate learner differences and needs. You'll model for colleagues in this class and potentially in the field the identification, exploration, evaluation, curation, and adoption of new digital resources and tools for learning. Part 1 of this assignment is you are going to click on the 5 new technologies document that we have highlighted for specific directions regarding the assignment parameters. Mini assignment number 3 is designed to create an avenue for exploring and researching new tools for integrating technology into the classroom for teaching and learning. Within this, you are to create 5 different videos and 5 tutorials of technologies that you use and that you think would be helpful for other people to know about. Part 2 is you're going to create or complete 3 Oreo cookie reviews for your classmates. Submit your reviews under their videos and label your posts as Oreo cookie to get credit. Please select 3 classmates that you may not have provided feedback for in the past. Try exploring the ISTE standards for educational leaders and not just coaches, educators, and students. These are all acceptable, but this is a way to dive in and understand what is expected of leaders in your school. Yes, you're becoming a leader regarding technology in your workplace, regardless of your title. The next assignment is Discussion Board 8, Grants and External Funding. Where can teachers who need funding for professional development or various technologies in their classroom settings find outside resources beyond a PTA, home and school organization? How can teachers enlist the help of local businesses, state and national grants, etc. to assist concerning funding? If you're looking at grants as a source, what education or training might you need to consider before writing a grant? As a tip for this discussion board, I'm looking for your expansion and research concerning what's out there, not what you already utilize in your district. Post links to any grants or resources that you have used or are considering utilizing based on your research. Post and respond to peers in the Yammer community under the discussion thread labeled DB8, Grants and External Funding. Make sure to include one ISTE standard and one TPACK competency. Explain in a few sentences how they relate. Yes, this is a discussion board. You should be discussing and engaging with peers. This could be a share of an article, video, or a genuine discussion with 1 or 7 peers in this class. It's quality over quantity. There are so many great resources that your peers are sharing with you in each and every module. So no use of Google Docs.